Well, good evening. I switched things up just a little bit. I think I'm going to do that from now on so I can jump right in. How is everybody tonight? Welcome to Story and Art. Tamara, your health is more important. Off you go, girl. Go get it taken, straightened away. Linda, our hearts are with you. And for those of you joining, Tamara and Linda are two of my moderators and faithful bucket fillers. But tonight you've got me here. And so I'm running the show from the front end and the back end. So it will be fine. I got two books tonight, and it's really kind of interesting how these two books fit together. Oh, there is Fatima. Hi, Fatima. Nice to have you here. So, uh, for tonight's story time, I chose these two books because the whole story is really told and pushed and interpreted through the pictures. But what's really interesting is when I looked up the authors and illustrators, the author and illustrator of one of the books, um, the author this is like his only children's picture book. He has a vast number of science fiction fantasy books for adults, but this is his one book that he's written for children, which is cool. And then the illustrator of that same book, Kazu Kibuishi, as soon as I pulled up his information, I went like, oh, is the author illustrator of the graphic novel series The Amulet, which was a very popular series in my library, and he's done some other ones too. And so this is a very different type of thing for him. And then the author illustrator of the other book I'm going to read, A Pinecone, Helen Yoon, this she has she's this is the type of books. They're just kind of it was just interesting that, well, what was it about her that I can't remember now. She's a professional illustrator and creative consultant, and started just has done a few books that she's both the author and the illustrator for. She has a few children's picture books. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. But what's interesting about her is she has a BA from the University of California in chemistry, or a BS in chemistry, and then a Bachelor of Fine Arts from the Art Center College of Design in illustration. It's a really interesting type of thing. So a little bit different kind of combination of folks tonight for that. So I have two books for us, and I'm going to get to the one that I want. There we go. Yeah. So the first book I'm going to read is called The Most Boring Book Ever. And this is the one by Brandon Sanderson. And the pictures are by Kazu Kibuishi. And Brian Sanderson, he's written, let's see, Mistborn is one of his books. Brian Sanders, Arcanum Unbounded, The Cosmer Collection, Way of Kings, Stormlight Archive, Claim the Stars. Anyway, a whole bunch of books, a series that are science fiction fantasies for adults, but this is his book for kids. And the illustrator, if I show you here, this is Kazu Kibuishi, and this whole series of books, The Amulet, which Fatima you'd probably recognize, having had them in a library, I bet. There's a ton of them in, I think people are waiting for book 10 on it. They're a graphic novel. So that's kind of fun too. But we're going to read The Most Boring Book Ever. And like I said, this is really told and interpreted through the illustrations. So Definitely a series. Yes. I'm going to see. Nope, it doesn't do that. This one just does this. The most boring book ever. A boy sat in a chair. That's it. He just sat in a chair. Sitting in chairs is boring. It almost has a steampunk feel to it. Next, the boy looked at the clouds. There were lots of clouds. But looking at clouds is boring. So the boy tried watching for birds. He didn't see any birds. Watching for birds is boring anyway. Then the boy thought about laundry. Oh, no. Laundry is very boring. Finally, the boy did the most boring thing ever. Math homework. Teachers say you'll use math all the time. But really, when has math ever helped someone solve important problems? At long last, something happened. The boy got out of the chair. Then he sat right back down again. Sitting in chairs is boring. The end. Right. If math could do laundry, I'd like it. I like that idea. That's great. Yes. If math could do laundry, I'd like it. Yes. That would be great. But that was that one. So it had such a kind of like a steampunk type and the aspect to it, but it was just one of those things where a completely whole other story was going on behind the text. And of course, that's very typical in graphic novels, but it was just the illustrations. It made it just fun. And in this one that I have for you, it's called by Helen Yoon, and she's done about 6 or 7 children's books. She's the author and illustrator. It's just this whole other background story that goes on at the same time that the main character is having an adventure. And it's not a lot of text, but the illustrations that she did in and the backstory, it's so much fun to see two stories being told in one. And so here we go with A Pinecone by Helen Yoon. Now let me just move me over here, and then I'm going to unlock this, and I'm going to move this down. Yay. Oops, I'm going to move that down to there. That we go. Relock it. All right. A Pinecone by Helen Yoon. Love this dog. You got to watch the dog's eyes sometimes. And right back here, you see the little top knot of the little girl sticking over the top of something. A Pinecone. Hello. Look, Daddy, a pinecone. Oh, another pinecone. And another. And, oh. Hello, Mr. Pinecone. Hello, Mrs. Pinecone. Hello, baby, Junior, and Oscar Pinecone. Baby, Junior. Shake, shake, shake. Ugh. Greetings, Great Aunt Pinecone. Hello, Uncle Pinecone. Welcome, Princess Pattycake Petunia Pinecone. La, 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 la. With the singing of the Pinecone family anthem, we will now commence with the Pinecone family reunion. Everyone's invited. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Huh? Oh. Oh. All the bugs from the pine cones are coming in. La 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 la. La? La? Why are there so many pine cones? I really like pine cones. Oh. Good night, Pinecone family. See you tomorrow. This is truly a dad who is choosing his battles. I love this, though, back here. Just the hint of you start to see, where was it back? The bugs. Oh, like that. And the pine cones and the ants. They're carrying the pine cones, the bugs all over the place. Exactly, yes. Choosing his battles. She's happy. And find a way to decorate. I like the garlands, the pine cone tree, pine cones decorating the everything. A pine cone ball. Oh my gosh. Yep. Good night, Pinecone family. Crazy. Crazy. Well, I like the mud. I know, the mud. Isn't that great? When the dad falls in the mud and the dog's in the mud, everything. It's It's that whole idea that a whole nother story is going on in the background and that, different things happening at the same time that we have things going on. And there's a whole nother story to tell going on in the background. But yeah, tonight was a short night for story. I had 2 short stories, and that was all for tonight. I just wanted to share those. It's interesting to run into authors and illustrators who have done other things or who are like the Sanderson and what's his name? I lost his name now. Um, that have a whole nother Kazu Kobayashi, have a whole nother genre that they're writing in also, but how it crosses over. But this is fun. Yeah, kids would love this. I think it would be fun. And all they could explore in the pages. There's so much in the pages of each of these books that, the most boring book ever, the illustrations are done in that deep kind of gouache almost type, and they have so many details, but it's just too much fun. But that's what I have for story and art tonight for you, bucket fillers. I hope that you enjoyed it. Fatima, thank you so much for being here, and Tamara for being here. Linda, our hearts are with you, and we'll see you when you're back. But everybody else, if you're listening in on the replay of this, I hope you enjoyed those stories. If you do, you can always give it a thumbs up and a like and all that kind of stuff, and share this with somebody you know who might levels or just need a good silly story. And for now, that's it. I'm going to close out Story and Art tonight. We'll be back on Sunday with more stories and some of your art, I hope, if you send it in. So everybody, until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you, but the first place you'll find it is when you go look in the mirror. And I'll see you next time.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless.